went home in the evening, it was affecting me. I'm like, this is not who I am. All right. So even though I felt like I was right in my judgment, I was like, okay, what I was wrong in this sense was I was supposed to be quiet. I wasn't supposed to say certain words to the woman, because there will be tension between us. So what I did was that in the morning, when I went there, no was so no furious because I was passing. I just went straight to her. I was like, whatever happened between us yesterday, I am sorry. She was surprised. Now she's a very close friend of mine.
Yes, okay. And I think the humility to be able to do that takes a lot, because sometimes you may do that and then in the end the person may take that as a foothold and start disrespecting you, and that is why we need to be led by the Spirit. But you said something that when you went home and you were thinking about it, you realized that this is not who you are. So to some extent in your mind, you know who you are. You have an image of who you are. And so sometimes, how do we use this nuggets that you have given us, knowing who you are, to address situations? Because there are times that people will come to you and say certain hurtful things to you, but in your mind's picture, you know this is not who you are, but there's still something in you that is telling you to correct the narrative. How do you constantly have a positive image of yourself, irrespective of the environment you live in and then what people tell you?
If you want to listen to people always, and if you want to live by what people say, then always you have an issue. That is when always you want to please people in life. But in life, you can't please anyone. Just be yourself. Live your life. Make sure you don't hurt anyone. Make sure you are not at loggerheads with people. Make sure you don't have what things in mind. And sometimes I look at people, and let's say if you tell me that, example, if you tell me that. When we were very young in primary school, I remember a friend telling a lady that they were fighting, and the guy told the lady that she seen yellow be. And because of that, I heard it. It was just there. I heard it. Oh, like a week passed. I was there, and the lady came, asked me, Kessie, is it true that my teeth are yellow? And I was like, and I'm a guy. I said, okay, okay, so that means that this lady has been thinking about this thing over and over and over again. People tell people that you are too fat, lose weight, then it starts affecting them. You are too slim. You see, whatever you do in this life, people will have something to say about it. It's about you finding yourself, your identity, and telling yourself, this is who I am. Whatever you say about me, fine. If there's something that I am doing, that is why I said I run my day. If you say something to me that you are example, let's say if you tell me that I am rude, I am arrogant, I go home, I think about everything before I sleep. When I get to that part, I ask myself, are you arrogant? Then I start asking myself questions. Okay, but if you're arrogant, you wouldn't do this. You remember a time like this, you went to this person said, how many people say that you are friendly, and how many people say that you are arrogant? Sometimes the person even didn't speak to you. Just by your actions or your confidence, your aura, the person thinks that maybe you are arrogant. Do you have to live by the person's standard, or do you have to please the person? No, I am not arrogant. I run my day and I realize that no, I am not arrogant. Now that I am not arrogant, what do? I continue to live my life.
It's very true, because from the example you were giving about the lady, someone was saying that an insult hurts you because you already have an insecurity about it. So for instance, you're already seeing yourself as fat. So when somebody says something about losing weight, they may not directly be talking to you, but all of a sudden you feel affected because it is feeding on an insecurity that you already have. And so I think what you spoke about, people having a positive image of themselves, knowing who they are, assessing and seeing if, like, being truthful to yourself, this feedback I'm getting, is it a direct reflection of who I am? Some of us, we never really sit down and assess ourselves. I think there's this, you are not on WhatsApp, but there's something that came, anonymous message, and then you can send the link and then people tell you who they think you are. And I realized that this is something that is going to affect you, because if somebody wants to hurt you and you wouldn't even know where the feedback is coming from. So it is important that in order for you to take control of your mind, know who you are. How do we think parents are helping children to train their mind in this identity process? What are parents doing? How was your childhood like? How do you think other people's childhood is affecting the way they take control of their mind?
I think your childhood, your community, your childhood, you see that your childhood is the foundation of your life, and it can break you or make you dependent. I wouldn't say I had a very smooth childhood. I would say I had a rough childhood, and my childhood was really rough. And if you were able to, at least if probably you were previewed even to my childhood, and who I am today, and what I am, and what I believe in, what I think, how my mind is, you ask me, how did I do that? It's all about controlling your mind, having a positive thoughts. I have gotten to the point that I always ask myself, why? If you offend me right now, I go home and I'm running my day through. I was like, why did this person do this? Okay, give the person the benefit of the doubt. Okay, maybe it was this. Then just, is it anything that will help me? It's anything that will help me. Maybe you meant it, but I mean, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Oh, you didn't mean it. Oh, you are just saying something. It's just a playful way. Then I am that type too, because growing up I knew that things worry me a lot. Things used to worry me a lot. My sister and I, because we are twins, things used to worry us a lot. And today I always say that things still worry my sister.
But
the least thing, I just let go. I decided to live like some I don't care life. Not that I know that I don't care. I see everything that goes on. I observe. I know everything that is going on. I have just decided not to mind you. You can do something. Something can happen here. We can all be seated here. You can tell me something, or you can you can tell somebody something. I will hear you, pepe. I will never. I wouldn't mind. I'm like, okay,
it's you.
It's you. Do you? If you have the confidence to come to my front, to come and say it, tell me. I hear a lot of people saying things about me, and sometimes I'll be like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I don't care. They say, feel free. If you know that what you say or what people say about you worries you, then don't be always available. Don't be always available. You know that once I get into the midst of people, a lot of people, somebody might say something that might hurt me. Knowing myself, okay, then what do I do these days? All right, now these days I have to be
a little distant.
A little distant, very private. Live a very private life. Not boring. I am out there, but live a very private life. As a parent, sometimes when we see those parents, that's always affirm positive thoughts, positive things to their children. Sometimes you see some of them, hey, menana, hey, my doctor, hey, this, then people will be like, what's so about so too much? No. Is it exactly? Is it goes? Imagine, let's say your mom telling you that you are useless. You can never make it. Every day, you tell yourself that whatever you do. Let's even differentiate between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind first. I'm a believer of the subconscious mind being more powerful than even your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is, as we are seated here, we decided to do this program, speak about these things. We are talking. This is what our conscious mind. We are conscious of whatever we are doing here. But the subconscious mind is, okay, maybe prior to you coming to sit here, someone told you that this program will be a failure. Oh, it's just a 1 day thing. Oh, they will start after a month, they will stop. Even though you are conscious now, you are conscious every day doing the program. Every day it's at the back of your mind. Okay, we get to a point that we might stop. Every time it will remind you. One thing about the subconscious mind is that it doesn't take a joke. When you even joke about yourself that, oh, me I think I think I am useless. I think you see, once you see yourself inferior or somebody says something about you as a joke and you accept it as a joke, there are people who normally say, I remember Francisca when we were very young, every time she'd be like, I'll stay in UK as a joke. Every time, anytime you do something, say, I'll live here, I'll live in UK. When we were very young, then we all laugh, we smile. It was a joke, but you see, the subconscious mind doesn't take anything as a joke. If it is positive, if it is negative, it will also work. And when the day it happened, when things became clear that she was going to stay there, it was like, I told you one day I wouldn't stay here. Because I understood the power of the mind, our tongue, the subconscious mind, I was like, yes, she said it. There are so many things in my life happening now when time might not permit me, but it's because of my subconscious mind. I remember when I was in school, I remember university, things were not going as expected. My grades were not perfect for me. So I told myself I'm not going to study again. I'll not worry myself. I know myself that whatever will happen, I used to tell myself that. And I always tell, anytime, I don't know, I walk with that boldness that once I finish school, I'll get a job. Once I get a job, everything. I see, I even knew my first salary, even when I was in secondary school. I told my first salary, and at that time it was even too huge for me. And I was like, okay, I was there. So anytime even I pray having that subconscious mind and having that faith that, okay, it is well with me. I know not failure in my life because my subconscious mind is always like, no, you will be there, you'll be successful. So even when someone tells me that you'll not be successful, you'll be a failure, I know I'll be successful. The issue we are facing today in our children is that, you see, not everybody might have that strong will of mind to differentiate between, okay, I have to accept this or not. My father used to say, sometimes, you see, when you are watching this program, we used to watch a program on telly. So it's still there. You see, sometimes the television station, the station will showcase some people with some strange diseases. They will say donate something to help this person. Sometimes you've never even seen that thing before. There are people now, those people are at the roadside. Sometimes you see them holding a banner. Yes. Then some child then you see some weird diseases and sicknesses. Then you donate. You see, when I see those pictures, I don't look at it. If I'm scrolling through on social media, if I'm online, I see negative things, I don't read. I don't really associate myself with negative things, insults, a lot of things, because they will find a way to eat you up. My father, anytime we are changing stations and it gets to that station that they are showcasing those strange diseases, we'll be like, skip it. These things will have a way. You've seen the sickness, you've never heard of it before. By the day he heard it on, or you saw it on telly, the next day you see, the thing will be like, okay, before you realize you are part, it's happening to you.
People dying on Google before their actual time.
Exactly. So I encourage parents that speak positive things into your mind, into your child's mind. Let them take it. I don't know, now people accept defeat easily. Yes. And me, no. And as I said, if you know things worry you a lot, be distant.
Yes, I think that's what you've spoken about. We can classify it as guarding your mind.
Cool.
Because what someone said was, when we say guard, it does not mean lock it, but it means that be at the entrance and see what comes in and what goes out. Last time I was telling someone that even with marriages now, people are focused on negative marriages, negative outcomes, and now that is what everybody is expecting. When somebody is getting married, the advice that comes is, oh, sisi ade aware enche, sisi ade enche na aware egu, ubehun ne say nde efefefe. After 1 year we will see what it truly is. You start a job, somebody will tell you look for a backup plan. No, na abai we fi so also be Lucy or job. And so I think that what you have said about guarding your mind is very important.
It's really
don't
important.
even allow it into your space in the first place.
Let me say something. When I said I was going to get married, our workplace, I was expecting people to tell me a lot of positive things. That congrats, marriage is nice. See, I think I only heard, maybe only two good advice. Anyone, hey, now you, whatever is happening, you know here, where they go marry, then I'll be like, okay, I'll not mind you. I was in the office one day, I went to give invitation letter to one of a manager, and was like, apparently the manager has divorced. It was like, the advice we are giving the youth now, and I told myself that you see, I am that type. I don't want to even listen to negative things. So once you start, you see, you are talking, but I'm not listening. Because I know that I don't even want to
have it in.
Exactly. Everyone was negative, trust me. Then I'll call my friend Kafu and I'll be like, they said this. So then Kafu also told me that someone told me that recently one of our managers went to Takrady to see Kafu and was like, were you the one who got married or was your brother? It was like, oh, my brother. Okay. Now he's in the honeymoon stage. We will see. We will see. And I was like, why are people eager to see people fail in life?
Yes.
And it's your subconscious mind. And as I said, the subconscious mind doesn't take a joke. Me, as I said, in my whole life, I always say positive things to me. I know. So anytime they say that marriage is not good, I say, marriage is good. You see, if everybody's own is bad, mine will be good. Mine will be good. All right. Why do you think we have psychologists in everything? I was once an athlete, and I remember my first time trying triple jump. The instructor, the PE teacher, was like, I didn't even know I could do it. I didn't know I even had that speed in me. I had to do a first jump. The life we started, I had to do a first jump, and my PE teacher was like, this is ladies jump. I think you can do better. This is ladies jump. Then I said, ladies jump. Okay.
Then you're coming to do gentlemen.
Yes, because my mind is always positive. Okay, I have to prove you wrong that I won't do the ladies jump.
I'll do better.
At the end of the day, I got my certificate and I was the first. When I got to even secondary school, I had to continue. I had a lot of certificates from triple jump because I told myself that I remember they brought even one guy. The school went ahead to bring the guy just purposely for sports, and he was so good at triple jump. Then I told myself that I will be this guy. I will not even train. I'm not a trainer, but I'll be this guy. And for some reason, I don't know even what lifts me up. By any time I see myself up there. When I went to GPHA, I went to do my service. You see, because my mind is being tuned positively, I told myself that my motto is that where there is a will, there is a way. So I remember they always tell me that you are doing your national service, whatever you are doing, do it well, because at the end of the day, when you leave, they are going to suffer. Then I'll tell them, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. I am here. I remember my father telling me we should go and see a man at TMA for employment after service. And I was like, okay. Any day he says we should go, I'm like, I am busy. One day he came to me and you are like, you are very too known. There's no job available. And I'm offering you a job. And now every day this, every day that. Do whatever you want. In my mind, I was like, I will get a job. I am not going anywhere. I am staying
Here.
wherever I am. And lo and behold,
You were
I stayed.
trained.
Exactly. So the mind is really powerful.
It's very, very powerful, like what you have said, because men have also thought of their lives in a certain light, and I've seen it come to pass. Whether you think negative or you think positive, knowing what you said was very profound. The fact that the subconscious mind does not take a joke, and so normally we are able to just think things casually, but we are learning to take control of our minds. And sometimes the things in our minds affect what we say with our mouth, and confessions are very, very important. Can you speak on that? You've spoken about taking control of your mind, but what about what we say as well? Because after we have had battles in our minds, when we come to physical, we want to be real. We want to not speak abstract and not look like we are crazy. We want to come into reality. How do we think positive and speak positive and still not be out of reality?
Okay, so once you get control of your mind, now you're able to control your mind. Now I am fully in control of my mind. Now what comes out of my mind, of my mouth, is also very essential, because imagine I don't want people telling me that I am useless. Now I go about telling people that you are useless. I am breaking their minds. Now I know why. I know that the subconscious mind finds a way to make you, once you don't even know. It's just like driving. Your conscious mind takes you. You are driving. But you see, let's say the subconscious mind is just like the engine. They are operating back door, behind the scene. If I tell you that you are this, you are useless, or if I tell you that you will never make it in life, and you accept that, what do you think will happen to you? If once I say that to that person, I know how the mind is really powerful. So anytime when people say negative things to or body shame people, I don't body shame. There are so many words, languages I don't use. I don't body shame. Even if we are doing something and I see someone doing something that is a mistake, something that will not even harm, it's just something normal. I have to quickly take my eye off so that you don't even notice that I saw you. Later on, we can address that. I just want people to be at peace. Always saying positive things to people, it
brings positive aura around you as well.
It's something, and it also gives you much respect. People always know that whatever comes out of your mouth, and I am now very slow to speak, because whatever I speak, I need to listen to myself first in my mind, know the consequences of my words. Will my words hurt the person, or will my words lift the person up? Once I know that my words will lift the person up, I am good. Have you ever stood in front of people to have a program or to lead, and you know very well that you didn't do anything? You flopped. Now you discerning, you are heavy in your heart and your head that I could have done better. But imagine you going to say that everybody tells you that, hey, you did well, you did well, you did well. All
of a sudden you begin to believe
it. I did well. So whatever comes out of your mouth, when people, let's say somebody puts on a nice dress, and we tell the person that, whatever you are wearing today, you are looking beautiful. That person, if that person hears that words, let's say 3 times, or from 3 different people or 4 people, now automatically the person accepts that.
Yes.
I am looking nice. To the point that even when it's time for them to go home, they don't even want to go home. They still want to pass through town, so that people say that yes, indeed today they are looking nice. When people say that no, today what you are wearing there, now you begin to crawl in your corner. You don't even want to stand up, and you don't want to even get up, move around for people even to see you. You see, it is affecting your mind, your brain, everything that we do. The mind is so powerful, and I don't know, when people say certain things to people, sometimes I ask myself, did they think about it at all? And do they know the impact
That
of
they are making with their words.
those words. Affirm it. I needed an amount of money to pay something. That is 2 weeks. I needed to raise that money in 2 weeks. And I was there. I didn't know how I raised that money in 2 weeks. And you see, in my mind, I'm like, do I mean? You see, I have always positive
mindset.
I was there, then a friend sent me, was owing me some amount of money. Said, "Oh, I want to send you this amount," and the person sent the amount. I was like, "Okay, now I have like 30% of the amount. No, even let's say 40%. Now, my time will be due in 2 weeks. Every day I'll be there. Then I'm like, okay, don't think about it too much. By the time the 2 weeks up, whatever will happen, I'll get the money." I was there, then something happened. Then I got hold of a gadget. Somebody just dashed me a gadget. I'm like, do I need this gadget? No, I'm going to sell it. I sold the gadget, I had the money, and it was left with just an amount of money. I don't want to mention the amount of money. It was just left with that amount of money. I was like, okay, now how do I get that amount of money? In my mind, I am very positive that I will get the money. I was there just this week, and somebody said, "Oh, I promised you during your wedding that I'm going to give you this amount of money." I'm like, but the wedding is over a long time ago. Oh, I couldn't fulfill my promise. So, okay, this is that. And that was the exact amount for me to get the full amount I needed. I was like, so I just sat down, I smiled, and I'm like, yeah, be positive.
Because just like you're saying, the way you thought about it, and sometimes because of timelines, we are scared. We are humans. Maybe the person is 35, not married, exactly. And then you are thinking about it. Maybe you are 40, you don't have a child yet. You feel like, oh, menopause is knocking on the door. Like, there are a lot of things that we allow to affect us, and then we forget that we are serving a God that is an author of time, exactly. And He can fast forward, pause, and do everything for you in His own timing. When you were talking about guarding ourselves and all that, I think somewhere last year we learned about exposure. Realize that sometimes you can be too exposed to certain things that it begins to affect you. Or sometimes you are not exposed at all. So for instance, there's somebody that has never seen 100,000 CDs, has never counted 100,000 CDs. And so even if you're a pastor and you are prophesying to the person that you get 100,000 CDs, the person doesn't even feel like it is possible for them. So I believe that one way you can also empower your mind is to find yourself in areas of what you want to become. Because if you have never seen it done, the idea that it will never come to pass is high. And sometimes you can be too exposed to pain, too exposed to depression, anxiety, mental health, that at a point you begin to feel certain things. We've seen sickness, and we've seen people who had the disease. There are sometimes even wrong diagnosis. People can take it home, and all of a sudden they are feeling the symptoms of the diseases. Then later on you go and the doctor is like, "Oh, sorry, I mixed it up," and all of a sudden all the symptoms just vanish. And so it is teaching us how powerful the mind is and how we are underutilizing it. So I don't know if you are watching, I would encourage you, how you see your life, or how you want to, where you want to be, the kind of life you want to live. I think you should put yourself in those positions. Speak to people that are already thriving in that area. I realized I was lacking in that area. I approached you and I was like, how are you able to just let things go after everything that you have been through and all that? And so that's just what I want to talk about when it comes to exposure. I just wanted to ask, right now in Ghana, if somebody feels like they can't make it in Ghana, they need to go out there. Do they need a mind change, or it's reality that you can't make it here?
If you think you can't make it here, it's still your mind. It's your mind. Everything has to do with your mind. is it we are all different people, and how we can survive.
Yes.
To me, probably, I think I can survive in Ghana here. I love Ghana, and I really love Ghana. So I believe I can survive here. That is fine. That is me. To some people too, they have that mindset that I can survive outside Ghana. Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. Once you have that positive mindset that I can survive outside, you realize that when people decide that now I want to go and make it outside, then people outside now begin to tell you that here you can't make it to, here it's difficult to. My intent is that once the person has decided that I want to go and I can make it there, leave the person.
The person will be able to do it.
Let the person find his or her feet over there. Let the person go. Once you believe you can make it here, opportunities will come. If you believe you can make it outside, opportunities will also come. But if the opportunity is not coming, begin to change that mindset. Have a positive mindset that I can equally make it in Ghana. There are people in Ghana making it. You see, there's a lot of money in Ghana. Most of our ministers, our big men in Ghana, they were staying outside though. They came when they had an opportunity. Most of our managers, they were staying outside when they had an opportunity to become a manager. Why didn't they choose there? They came here because Anyabia, it's your home. And one thing I always say is that never envy anyone in this life. Envy, when you envy someone in this life, subconsciously you are defeating yourself. I want a car. You want a car. Okay. How can I get a car? By admiring people's cars. This, I will buy this car some. I will get this car some. Is it once you always say it, you affirm it to yourself, I'll buy it, and you believing that indeed you buy it one day, subconsciously it captures. Your mind retains it. Every day, once you see the car, this is the car I will buy. This is the car I will buy. Then you buy. Once you envy people, let's say I see you driving a very nice car, then I'll be like, Madam Deborah, I think they blood money, and she even stole the money. You see, and to get all these things, what you are telling your subconsciously, and what you are telling yourself is that your subconscious mind is rejecting that these things are not good for you. Even though you say you want it to, but anytime you see it, you envy the person, and you are using certain words that your subconscious mind will automatically reject it. Once you continue that tangent, you will never get it, because every time
that's how your
it's
mind
preventing it.
I think you even spoke about the fact that if you want positive, you should also bring positive, and that's how you create the environment. I think the Bible says that give and it will be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaking together. And so not just we thinking positive, but also letting our words speak positive into the other people's life, so that we can have a positive environment around us. As you are rounding up, maybe there's someone, their whole life has been, they've defeated their mind. They are always thinking negative to a point where they can't help it anymore. That is how they have lived their life. That is how they know to survive. Sometimes it says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. So I've hoped, it's not coming. So what is comfortable is when I stay back and I expect defeat. So when it comes, I know that I'm already defeated. For such a person who has heard us today and wants to make a change in his life, how can they begin to change these things? The person is at a point that they can only think negative. How do they get back on the right track?
All right, so let me wrap up everything I have said. And once you begin to do these things, it will affect you positively and you see a change. So number one, what you have to do, if your mind is already defeated, or your mind defeats you every time, every day you accept defeat. Number one, just find time in your solitude. Begin to analyze yourself. Who am I? What do I want to become? Where do I want to go? Once I know who I am, where I want to go, what I want to become, automatically you begin to have answers in your mind. Your subconscious mind, okay, now I want to move to this level. Subconsciously, your mind will pick it up. find a book, write it inside. Once you write it, you all those points in a book. If it's a picture you want to paste in your room, you always see it. I went to an iPhone shop one day, and some small shop will be, and the person has pasted a lot of big things like wealth. Then I'm like, why do you paste these things there? Every day I see it and it reminds me. That is what the person told me. I was like, yes, powerful. Because I understood it, I began to shake my head. I was like, yes. I was nodding. So that is the first thing. You need to know yourself first. Once you know that, every day, make it a point that before you sleep, run the day through the 24 hours. Before you sleep, don't just sleep. Run it. Sometimes you can be thinking about it then you sleep. That is why some people also do meditation. If you can, fine. Meditate, then control your mind. Me, what helped me most is hiking. I used to go for hiking a lot. I needed an atmosphere where free from chaos. When I walk through the mountains, the valleys, when I feel the air, I see nature. When I listen to the birds, it gives me some form of peace in my mind. I'm like, then I start thinking about it. Once I am walking through the valley, I start affirming to myself, okay, this is what I'm having a challenge with. I will make it. That is one thing I do each and every day. So start from there, little by little. It is difficult. Sometimes even during meditation, you are meditating, you are thinking about something. Before you realize, your mind will even deviate. It is normal. But you see, once you know this is where you want to get to, you get tired, then you move. There's this quote that I love so much. They said, until death, every defeat is psychological. And it's something that keeps me moving. Once I fall, I wake up because I'm not dead. It is only the dead who doesn't have hope. But once you are still living, no matter the situation, wherever you are, there's hope for you. So begin to change your mind positively. Thank you.
Tonight has been very powerful. We are still on Real Conversations here on Laugh TV. You can follow us on all social media platforms. What stood out for me today was the fact that the subconscious mind doesn't take a joke. And so in this year, we are not joking around defeat. We are not joking around failure. We are not joking around inferiority complex. We are looking at life in a positive way, and we are trusting God for victory. And so please, you can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. You can share our content, and then we hope to see you next week. My name is Deborah Baah Quansah, and I'm your host for Real Conversations. And tonight I was with Mr. Francis Kessie. God bless you. I'll see you next week, 7 p.m. sharp. Thank you. In a world full of noise, we choose meaningful conversations. Conversations that heal, inspire, and build faith. Here at Laugh TV, we'll be having meaningful conversations, very real conversations, powerful interviews, and faith-based discussions. Here we will discuss family, purpose, relationship, stories, all through the lenses of God's Word. Whether you are young or old, join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. My name is Deborah Baah Quansah. I'll be your host for Real Conversations.